Hello, we are Hollis Morgan. We've been land and property auctioneers in Bristol and the West Country since 2010. If you've got this far, you're seriously looking at selling land or property at auction. So I'm going to run you through some of the most frequently asked questions. An auction is one of the oldest methods of sale. It's been knocking around since the Greeks in 500 BC. The key to it is to keep it simple. We use traditional estate agency methods alongside modern technology. That allows us to give closure and control to your sale. The key fact being, there is no sale agreed, no waiting around for an exchange of contracts. If you sell by auction, it's simply for sale or sold. No grey area, the deal is done. The cost of selling at auction is transparent and simple. We charge an entry fee for each lot of £350 plus VAT. This will buy you into the marketing process and give you at least 2 goes at auction should you need it. We then charge a commission. This is a competitive price comparable with local estate agents and usually a percentage of the eventual sale price. Each fee we quote is bespoke and will come down to how much work's involved, where the property is, what the property is, but we'll always put it in writing before we come and see you. Hollis Morgan hosts a monthly live online auction, so we can give you flexibility on when you want to sell your lot. Working backwards from the auction date, ideally we want 6 to 8 weeks for an intensive marketing period to get as many people interested as possible. When you have the auction itself, so long as you have a bid of reserve or hire, we've exchanged contracts with that non-refundable deposit, and buyers have 8 weeks to complete, or earlier by mutual consent. Our core areas are Bristol, Bath, Somerset and Gloucester. In essence, we zip up and down the M5, keeping busy all week long. However, in more recent times, we've delved into South Wales and Devon. If you've got an interesting lot, no matter where it is, we're certainly happy to talk to you about it. The reality is, no, not all properties are suitable for auction. We turn down more lots than we take on. But we sell anything from garages to mansion houses and anything in between. Only last week, we sold a World War II bunker in the middle of Brislington. There is a common theme on all the best auction lots. There has to be a clear opportunity. And that opportunity allows you to dictate terms to the buyers, so we've got complete control over the process and that they play by your rules and your timescales. Remember, with an auction lot, we're in control, not the buyer. Traditionally, an opportunity is as simple as the house or flat needs some work, so there's development opportunity, or it produces an income and there's a good return on investment. They're your classic scenarios. Sometimes it could be something as niche as, this is the best house on the street, let's find out what it's worth. Or we've got a parcel of land on the edge of the village that has strategic value. Again, very hard to place a value on it. That's where an auction comes into its own. Sometimes it's not the property, but the vendor's situation that makes auction appropriate. Be that if we're offering lots for a charity or an estate, part of a probate sale, big institutions, they need that transparency of sale that only an auction can give. More recently, we've seen more and more what I call normal properties coming into the auction. This is vendors who have tried plan A with local estate agents, failed for whatever reason, and have found themselves looking to auction for that certainty of sale, knowing that there's no sale agreed, no waiting around, you're either for sale or sold, and that certainty is a huge pull for that type of vendor. There is that perception of auctions being cash buyers only and builders looking for bargains. To be fair, 20 odd years ago that was probably the case. Nowadays auctions are so mainstream, they're on TV every day, you've only got to flick onto Homes Under the Hammer and see normal people buying and selling properties. I always think back to our final public auction back in February 2020. There was a lady with a pram pushing a sleeping baby around the auction room whilst bidding on a lot, and I think that just sums up how far it's changed. There is something that all these bidders at auction have in common, in that they're serious buyers. In order to bid at the auction, they've been pre-vetted, which means we've seen proof of funds, they've passed their money laundering checks, they've provided solicitors' details and put down deposits. So they're serious buyers only. With our online auction, we've got buyers from all over the shop. We've got our local clients from Bristol and the West Country. We've got buyers from London, all over the country and indeed the world. From first-time buyers and families with mortgages through to seasoned developers and investors, It's now completely normal for anyone to come and buy at auction. We pride ourselves on our marketing, and we spend a huge amount of time and effort making sure as many people as possible know about your lot, focusing on both online marketing and when we meet people at the viewings, making sure that everyone possible knows that your lot is for sale. We're lucky to have our own in-house brand manager, someone who used to work for Rightmove, so we really understand how the portals work. This is absolutely key in getting the highest possible profile for your lot. You'll be on Rightmove and Zoopla, and within Rightmove, you'll get a featured property and a premium listing. This essentially means you'll be pushed to the top of the queue, and again, as many people as possible know your lot is for sale. In order to turbo boost your lot, will you take advantage of social media and all the usual platforms? We also have our own mailing list of approximately 40,000 people that's always being updated, and we've got all the investors, family buyers, first-time buyers, developers. We'll also dovetail with our in-house departments, so we have a separate land team, new homes team and a residential sale team, and we'll piggyback onto those mailing lists whenever we feel appropriate. Auctions certainly do attract cash buyers, but we get a wide range of different people buying at the auction. One of the main reasons for having that 8-week completion is to give bidders who are buying with mortgages and bridging loans confidence to bid and have enough time to get organised. This ultimately allows us to get the best possible price at auction. I'm forever being asked, is a sale by auction a quick way to sell a property? And the answer is yes and no. There is that common perception that everything's rushed and just trying to get a job done. The reality is, it's broken into two very distinctive sections. If we look at the initial part, which is the marketing period, if you instruct an estate agent and they sell the property in the first week, everyone pats them on the back and says, well done. This is the most important time and period when selling your property. This is the bit that we like to take the longest time over, so we slow this section down. That's why we want 6 to 8 weeks to advertise the property to get as many different people interested as possible. Conversely, we then get the boring bit. So this is the admin side of things. This is when an estate agent sale or a private treaty sale can take months and months and months before you get any type of exchange of contract. With an auction, we speed this bit up. So you have an instant exchange of contracts, non-refundable 10% deposit, and then a completion 8 weeks later or earlier by mutual consent. So, yes and no. When you're Googling away, trying to find out how to sell your property, the two different methods of auction will jump out at you. The modern method of auction is something cooked up by the corporate agents and is essentially an eBay style platform. Whilst it has its merits, it's really important to drill into exactly what charges they place on the buyers. Sometimes this can be 4 to 5% of the selling price, running into tens of thousands of pounds, and also ask them about their success rate. Hollis Morgan are a live online auctioneer. That means there's an actual auctioneer on the screen talking directly to the buyers. We use all the knowledge and skills we've built up over years of big public auctions, throw in a bit of modern technology, and you get that perfect combination and the best result for your lot. In a word, COVID. But in reality, the whole industry had been moving online. People often look back at those public auctions with what I would say are rose-tinted glasses. The reality is they were organised chaos. There were so many things beyond our control that could affect the result of your lot. From people not being able to park, stuck in traffic, people bidding on the wrong lot and sticking their hand up. Often people were intimidated by auctions and didn't want to be seen to be bidding. There's a reason that following COVID, the industry has stayed online. The benefits far outweigh any negatives, and we're certainly committed to this live online auction going forward. The obvious benefit is that people can bid from anywhere. With it being live online, you can use your tablet or your mobile, and people can bid via the portal, on the telephone or with proxy bids. There's no worrying about not being able to make the venue in time, no being stuck in traffic. You can even bid whilst you're on holiday. As I previously mentioned, the reality of those big public auctions is it was organised chaos. We didn't know who anyone was or what they could be bidding on, if they got any money, are they sensible? Again, these are the things that are out of our control. With this live online auction, all the bidders are pre-vetted. So if you want to bid on your lot, they have to register with us, They've got to provide proof of funds, they've got to pass money laundering checks, they've got to provide us with their solicitor's details. So we have so much more control over the quality of your buyers, and we can give you feedback before the auction so we know exactly what's going to happen. All the auctioneers who were moving across to the live online platform were worried that people wouldn't get involved or we'd have less people bidding. When we look at the stats, we're getting more people registering to bid, we're getting more interaction, so more bids, and the results in terms of percentage achieved above guide price are comparable with the public auctions. With the online auctions, we still get that competitive buzz. No one likes to lose, and if we can get people bidding, same as with the public auctions, we can achieve some amazing results. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. If you have an interesting lot you'd like to sell, you can either call us to book an evaluation or hop on the website and complete a valuation form. Either way, you'll get a phone call from us and we'll jump into gear.